Hello and good evening, children. Back to my class. A very warm welcome to Sharmila English class. A very warm welcome, children. Children, before starting my class, I just want to have a very quick recap session with you. What we did in our last class. In our last class, we just finished singular plural, and that too, the chapter was not totally finished, and this is the part two of it. In singular plural, we only did the plural words that ends with s, es, ies, ves, and oes, and some of the exceptions that we did. And today we are just going to move ahead with other exceptions, that is in singular and plural. Now, there are some nouns, let me tell you, there are some nouns which form their plurals, which form their plurals by simply adding s to it. Okay, by simply adding s to it. Now, let me begin with it. Number one, that is son-in-law. Son-in-law becomes your sons-in-law. Now, this is the first key point that we need to remember. It's very important for us to remember all the key points as we need to move ahead with language classes. It's very important for us. Once we remember all the key points, we can move ahead and it will be easier for you all to learn English, to learn grammar properly and very fast. So our first key point here is to add s to the singular words, and those are exceptions. Now here number one is son-in-law. We are not going, people always tell that they always say son-in-laws. It is actually wrong. What we say is sons-in-law. So we are simply going to add s to the word son to form a plural word for the word son-in-law. It will be sons-in-law. Number two, mother-in-law. Mother-in-law becomes mothers-in-law. It becomes mothers-in-law. So we are going to simply add s to the word mother to make a plural word mothers-in-law. Now say commander in chief. Commander in chief. Yes, the plural word for the chief is chiefs. But here we are not going to add s to any of these words, to the word chief, but we are going to add s to the word commander to make it plural form, to make it plural word. So here we are going to add s, that is commanders in chief. It becomes commanders in chief. Am I clear? Now, there is another word called passerby. There is another word called passerby. So this passerby, here we are going to add s to the word passer and it becomes passers by. The plural form becomes passers by. Now another word, that is maid servant. Maid servant. Now let me remind you that maid is the feminine gender or we can say it is a female part or the feminine gender for the word man. Maid is the feminine gender for the word man. For the word man. So here maid servant becomes maid servants. So we will only add s to the word servant to form a plural word for the word maid servant. Maid is only meant for female servant. If there is a female servant in your home, you can say, I have a maid in my home. But if there is a man servant in your home, at your home, then you can say, I have got a man servant at my home. Now here, this maid is the feminine gender for the word man. Here, man servant. Now what will be the plural form for the word man servant? The whole word is going to change. We are going to change the whole word to form a plural for this word man servant. This word will be men, men, servants, men, servants. So man will change to men, and servants we are going to add s to the word servant. It will be servants. So the whole word is changing and this becomes men servants. And then we have got another word called washerman. Washerman. So the plural form for man is men. So here it will be washermen. Washermen. So this is the first key point that you must learn, where we need to add only s or simply s to these words to change the singular words into plural form. Okay, now my second key point. Key point number 2. Key point number 2. Key point number 2 is your uncountable nouns. Now we will do some uncountable nouns. Now in my last class I had already told you and explained you that countable nouns are those nouns which cannot be counted, and countable nouns are those nouns which can be counted. Now, how can we form a plural to this singular uncountable nouns? Let me tell you, children, uncountable nouns are very rarely used in plural forms. They are very rarely used in plural forms. What are uncountable nouns? For example, we can say meat, water, air, furniture, then dirt, dust, milk. Yes, these are all uncountable nouns. And why are these called uncountable nouns? Because they are not or they cannot be counted. Now there must be a doubt in you people that why ma'am is saying that a furniture is an uncountable noun. There are lots of furniture in the showroom, but why ma'am is saying that a furniture is an uncountable noun? Yes, furniture is an uncountable noun because a furniture is made of a piece of wood. Now, you cannot go to the showroom or a furniture showroom. You cannot go to the furniture showroom and ask the shopkeeper to give you two furniture. Can you say that, can I have two furniture? No. Instead of that, you can ask for two chairs, two tables, two stools, three chairs, three tables, or three stools. But you cannot ask for three furniture, four furniture, or anything else. Let me tell you, children, furniture is it you cannot it is rarely used in the plural form, and it remains as it is. It never changes. So furniture is the word which remains same in as singular and in as plural. It will not change. For example, we can say she gave me her whole furniture before leaving the house. Or you can say, they gave me their all furniture before leaving their house. So this is the word that furniture is used in singular also, and it remains same as it is in the singular. It will be in the plural form. But I can tell you about dirt and dust. Dirt and dust. Now there's a very good example. If I write that the floor was or the floor is covered with dust and dirt. Suppose I say the floor is covered with dust and dirt. This is the singular form. Now, where are we going to add s to make it plural? Yes, I'll tell you. We can say the floors are covered with dust and dirt. Now here we are adding s to the word floor. Why? Because floor becomes floors. Floor becomes floors. So we are adding s to it, and is changed to are. So it will be the floors are covered with dust and dirt. Here we are not going to add any s. It will remain as it is in the singular form. Dust and dirt are uncountable nouns, so it will remain same as it was in the singular form. The plural of that dust and dirt is not going to change. So this is my second key point all about uncountable nouns. Now, children, there are some nouns which have the same form of plural as it is in the singular. Now, for example, I can say ship. Okay, let me tell you, that is the third key point where the nouns remain the as it is in the singular form. The plural of the noun remains same as it is in the singular form. Like I'll say sheep, it will be sheep. You cannot say ships, it will be sheep. Deer, will be deer. Okay, then there is another word, score, it will be score. Dozen will be dozen. So these are the words which will not change. It will remain as it is in its singular form. Now, you might be getting confused with this word score. Children, I'm going to tell you when we will do the new chapter homophones. In that chapter, what does homophone says is the word remains the same, but the meaning changes. Similarly, there will be same spelling, the word is same, but the meaning changes. Why I am saying is, score here is in singular, it means something else, but another score means something else. Now, you might be wondering, uh, then why you people say that she scores good marks in her exams, and what kind of score is this? Now, that score, SCORES, when we say that she scores good marks in her exam, it means that we are saying the number of points that the child is getting. The number of points that the child is getting. So, it becomes a countable nouns. Because say the child is getting 45 marks, child is getting 28 marks, then it becomes a countable noun. So this cause is a countable noun, which it forms a plural by adding s to it. But here this score means this score is equal to 20 times. This score is equal to 20 times. That means one score is equal to 20. Now, if I will say she gave me a score of pencils. She gave me a score of pencils. Score of pencils in the sense, this score means that she gave me 20 pencils. Okay, she gave me 20 pencils. So this is how we say she gave me a score of pencils. So here we don't form any plural to the word score. Now I'll say my grandma lived for four scores four score years. My grandma lived for four score years. It means 4 into 20. This is equal to 80 years. So, my grandma lived for 80 years. So, here again, 4 score means 1 score is equal to 20. Like 1 dozen is equal to 12. Here, 1 score is equal to 20. So here we can say she gave me a score of pencils. My grandma lived for 4 score years. That means my grandma lived for 80 years, or she gave me 20 pencils. So here this score means it is an uncountable noun, because we are not numbering whether she lived for 80 years, 120 years, or 60 years. We are not saying. Now here dozen means 12. So if I say I got 12 bananas, then it is a countable noun, because how many bananas I got. But when I am saying it's a dozen of bananas, these dozen changes into this dozen. It will not change its plural form by adding s to it. It will remain as it is in its singular form. So there are some singular nouns which remains same as it was or as it is in its plural form. Both will be same and it will not change. Now there are let me tell you the third key point. Now we will move on to the third key point, which is very necessary for you all to know. That is the third key point, which is very necessary for you all to know. There are some nouns which are always used in a singular form. Third one is there are some nouns which are always used in a singular form. Means it will never change. It has got no plural form to it. It always remains in singular form. For example, news, mathematics, physics, innings, furniture, as I told you. So these words remains in singular form. It has got no plural form to it. My fourth key point is there are some nouns which are always in plural form. There are some nouns which are always in singular form, and opposite to it, there are some nouns which are always in plural form. For example, I can say arms. Now, again, when we will do homophones, we will do that like when we will do synonyms. Sorry, I'm not telling about homophones. When we will do synonyms, homophones we will do along with, again, after doing homophones, we are going to do synonyms. When we will do synonyms, we can understand what is the meaning of this arms and arms. Sorry. In this synonyms, you will see that the spelling of the words changes. Spellings changes and the meaning also changes. The meanings also changes. Now here, sorry, arms. Arms, it always remains in plural, in singular, in plural form. What is the meaning of this arms? Alms means giving food or some amount of money to the poor people, to the poor. So this always remains in plural form and s is always added to it. Alms. Now say alms are given to the poor. We can say alms are given to the poor. Okay, alms are given to the poor, right? Then we have got another word, that is cattle. Cattle, if we can say cattle are grazing in the field. Cattle are grazing in the field. Cattle. Then we have people. People. Okay. Now here people, we can say people are gathered. Some people are very dangerous. Some people are gathered over here. Then we can say scissors. My pair of scissors are lost, or I have lost a pair of scissors. Spectacles. Where have I kept my spectacles? Trousers. I have got a loose trousers. Okay, I have got loose trousers. So these words always remain in plural form. It never changes. Okay, now my fourth key point. There is another fourth key point which you will have to remember, and that is, let me tell you, the fourth key point is proper noun, your abstract noun, proper noun. I guess you might be knowing what is a proper noun. That is, a proper noun is a noun to which we point out to a particular thing. When we mean to a particular thing or particular object, then that is called proper nouns, because we are pointing our finger towards a particular thing. Abstract noun is the feelings or the things that you can sense it. So that is your abstract noun. You only need expression. Surprise. Okay, your expressions speaks. That is abstract noun. And then comes your material noun. What is material noun? For example, if I will say that this dress of mine is made of cotton. So here cotton is material noun. So why am I writing these all things? What is my fourth key point? The fourth key point is this proper noun, abstract noun and material noun has no plural forms. These proper noun, abstract noun, material noun has no plural forms. But if you are going to put them in the plural forms, it will be used as common noun. It will be used as a common noun. For example, he gave me, or we can say, he gave us many advices. Okay, now he gave us many advices. Let me tell you, children, there is no such word called advices. Please don't use this word. This is totally wrong. He gave me many advices. No, it is absolutely wrong. You can say he gave us or he gave me pieces of or many pieces of advice. So you can tell he gave me, he gave us many pieces, P-I-E-C-E-S, pieces of advice. This is what you can say. There is no such word called advices. So you can say he gave us many pieces of advice. Okay. Now, second thing, excuse me for the troubles. Okay. Now, when I say excuse me for the troubles, it is absolutely wrong. There is no word called troubles. So here it will be excuse me for the trouble. Excuse me for the trouble. Troubles, there is no word like troubles, so it will become trouble. Excuse me for the trouble. Your information are wrong. There is another sentence. Your information, your information are wrong. Your information are wrong. So here it will be your information is wrong. Your information is wrong. Okay. Now, there are some words which we must never say. And children, this is how we can form that all abstract noun, proper noun and your material noun has no like advices. Your advice. Advice is an abstract noun because you can just show it. Now, your silk, cottons are always used for medical purpose. When we say cottons are always used for medical purpose. So here it becomes common noun. Okay, but when we say that this dress is made of cotton, then it is used as material noun. And I must tell you that proper noun, abstract noun and material noun have no plural form, and once if they are used in they are put in the plural, then it becomes or it is used as common noun. Now, there are some sentences which we must never say. Like, for example, we must never say, his family members have come to our house. His family members have come to our house. Now, here we must not say this. His family members have sorry, his family members, once again, I'm very sorry. Okay, his family members have come. So here we must not say, we must never say this. Rather we can say that the members of his families, the members of his families have come to our house. Okay. Now, suppose there is a word, always, there is a sentence, always help poors. It's not always help poors. We should say always help the poor. Now, again, if I'll say uh, he gave us 10 rupees note. He gave us 10 rupees note. It is not he gave us 10 rupees note, but he gave us a 10 rupee note. Now again you say he is a 5 years old boy. Many of us say he is a 5 years old boy or Ivan is a 5 years old boy. It's not that. We can say Ivan is a 5 year old boy. Okay, so these are the sentences which we must never say. We must use it properly so that it will sound right, accurate. Lastly, before concluding, I would like to say something about fish and hare. Fish and hare. Where are we going to use this plural form fish and hare when they are always in singular form? How can this become in plural? Children, they are used they are used in a singular form when when they are in collection, when they are in collective noun, they are used in singular. Now if I'll say there is plenty of fish here, there is plenty of fish here. So here what fish becomes in collection, that becomes in collection. But once if they are used in plural, means I am pointing into number, I am separating the things. I can say that I can say that there were red and white white fishes, there were red and white fishes caught in the net. I can say this because I am separating it. I am separating the fishes. So I am using the plural word fishes. If if I am using it in collective form, then I will not change it into plural. It will remain as it is. There is plenty of fish here. Here there were red and white fishes caught in the net. Similarly, I am coming down to hare. Now hare, that is the same thing. If it is used in a collection, then it remains in singular form. Once if it gets separated, it comes in plural form. Like Mary has golden hair. Mary has golden hair. It means I am using it in a collective form. So I say that Mary has golden hair. But once if I am going to point out separate things, separately if I am going to use, then it will be in plural form. Hair will be in plural form. That is, he has got few white hairs in his beard. Okay, he has got few white hairs in his beard. Okay, so he has few white hairs in his beard. So in this case, hair becomes hairs because I am separating it. I am pointing to a separate thing. I am pointing to a separate thing. That is hair, black and white hair. Among the black hair, there is white hair. I'm separating it. So he has few white hairs in his beard. In this case, the singular becomes plural hairs. So here I end with my subject, the chapter singular and plural. And we got many things to learn. And remember to learn all the key points that I said. And I hope you all might have enjoyed my class and you might have learned today how to use S and how the singular never changes to plural, which word remain as singular as in plural, which word remains singular forever, which words remain plural in plural form, which all nouns are used in singular and plural forms, and what is the difference between this fish and where can be used in the plural form as fish and hare, which is an uncountable noun. Okay, hare is totally an uncountable noun. So here I end with my chapter singular and plural. Children, if you think you have learned something from this chapter and got to know something new, then please like, share and subscribe my channel. Till then, see you in my next class. Thank you.